All right, good morning. The Friday, August 1st, regular City of Knoxville Public Officer hearing is called to order at 9:32 a.m. I am Nicholas Bradshaw, the public officer designated by the mayor as described in the City Code of Ordinances, Article 6, Unfit Buildings, and charged with addressing properties in the city that are out of compliance with the adopted codes of the City of Knoxville. The adopted codes include the 2024 editions of the following: International Fire Code, International Building Code, International Residential Code, International Plumbing Code, International Mechanical Code, International Fuel Gas Code, International Existing Building Code, International Swimming Pool and Spa Code, and the 2017 edition of the ICC ANSI Accessibility Code, the 2023 edition of the National Electrical Code, the 2018 edition of the International Energy Conservation Code, and the 2018 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code. The public officer is authorized to hold hearings, administer oaths and affirmations, examine witnesses, and receive evidence and issue orders as a result of his findings in determining the condition of buildings that are dangerous, unfit, and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants and/or public. The procedure for the public officer is as follows. Each case will start with a report and presentation of evidence by officers representing various city departments. Today, this will primarily consist of, but is not limited to, evidence presented by Mr. Scott Elder, Neighborhood Codes Enforcement Manager for the City of Knoxville. Mr. Elder is employed by the City of Knoxville and is certified as a Property Maintenance and Housing Inspector. Following the city's report and testimony, the owner or owners and/or their legal counsel, as well as any members of the general public, will be given an opportunity to respond. The public officer has the authority to limit this time as per his discretion. Today's agenda will be modified to hear the cases of property owners present at this time and in the order signed up as you enter the hearing room. We make this accommodation to minimize any inconvenience to the owners and members of the public here today. For those actively participating in today's meeting, thank you. Your involvement and active involvement is appreciated. As per legal counsel, I need to read the following notice of demolition into the record. Any person who intends to perform work on a structure that the public officer has placed an order against shall first make application to the building official and obtain the required permits. For orders issued by the public officer, please be aware that just obtaining permits and starting rehabilitation of a structure does not invalidate the city's power to take corrective action, such as demolition of a dangerous structure, regardless of the amount of work performed by the owner. All orders are still in effect if the rehabilitation work has not been completed and the structure has not had all final inspections approved within the time provided by the order, or by an extension if one has been granted. Remember, if rehab is not fully complete or an extension is not in place, the structure may be demolished after the order time has expired or after any prior written extension of time has expired without any further notice given to the owner. All right, are there any questions before we start and all participants are sworn in? All individuals testifying today will need to be sworn in. If you are testifying today, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Ms. LaFew, please advise me of any individuals who arrive late and need to be sworn in mid-meeting.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's dive right in here. Ms. LaFew, what is our first property today?
First property is a boarding at 520 Victory Street. And we do have Mr. Victor Jarnigan to speak.
Okay. Mr. Elder, would you like to speak to this first, or?
Only that it was boarded on March 6th this year. Had some vagrancy issues there. There's some photos that you can see, and city crews went and boarded it up. So.
All right, Mr. Jernigan, would you like to speak to this item?
We are working to get this problem solved forever. We've been here several times on this Victory Street property. The homeless are simply smarter than we are. It just that what has happened here is that there were two houses that faced Sutherland Avenue that adjoined this property. And the homeless had taken over one of the houses, and every time we would clean up the property, they would just simply break back into our property because they were staying, a group of them were staying in this other house on Sutherland Avenue. Since that time, I've acquired those houses on Sutherland. We're in the process now of demoing the accessory structures at 520, 522, and 524 Victory Street. All the underbrush will be cleared, and we'll take care of the house on Sutherland Avenue, so that won't be a problem anymore. And we're going to be putting somebody in one of the other houses to watch the property. So I'm just keeping Scott informed as to what we're doing, what's going on, why this has been a continuing problem. We go by there every 3 days. I have since this last hearing. We have somebody by there every 3 days, and we cannot control the homeless. It's just unbelievable. So whatever the charge is for boarding it up, we're happy to pay the charge. We accept the charge. But we're doing everything that we know how to do that's legal to keep this thing under control. But I am spending thousands of dollars trying to keep the property clean, and we can't control the homeless. Hopefully now we can.
Yeah, I appreciate that perspective. And just to I'll clarify, I do know we've had an item on, I think, this particular property. I know there are several in a row with different addresses, and I issued an order. This particular item we're talking about right now is just the boarding action that was done in March.
Right.
But I guess refresh my memory if you got some additional detail on that.
No, no additional details, but I have been working with Mr. Jarnigan, and I was going to request an approval of these boarding charges, but we have confirmed that he's torn it down and he's working actively. So I'm going to request a waiver. Don't really do that often, but I think in this case, he's demonstrated that he's, doing the right thing. So we're happy to request a waiver instead of approval.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I certainly appreciate you, Mr. Jarnigan. It sounds like you've done everything we could possibly ask for you to do in terms of working with codes and trying to be a good steward in the community and take care of this issue. Which I appreciate it, and I think the city appreciates that.
Well, it's a problem that's increasing everywhere all over the city, and I do appreciate the effort that Codes makes to stay on. I own the property. I'm responsible for the property, but the fact that Codes is making the effort to continue to check on the property should give everybody in the city confidence that the Codes is trying to make sure that the city is safe and clean. It's just a huge problem for everybody to deal with.
Understandable. Yeah. I appreciate y'all's diligence in the matter. I'm certainly happy to approve waiving the charges. Is there anything specific I should do, Jim, as far as? Okay. All right. So they are waived.
Okay. Well,
Scott.
We'll send you something to confirm the waiver of that invoice.
Thank you so much. I really
You got
appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right, Ms. LaFew, what is the next item on our agenda today?
Next item is 2504 Washington Avenue.
2504 Washington. All right, Mr. Elder, what's the evidence for this property?
I was originally inspected in February last year. This house was found to be vacant and without utilities. There's signs of vagrancy all over the property and the accessory structure. Has broken windows, doors, missing fascia, fallen gutters. We can rotate through those pictures. There you go. Rotten roof framing, the rear staircase is missing. The house and accessory structure have been boarded by the city on multiple occasions. There have been 22 code complaints since 2020, actually over 50 since 2004. There's currently 4 liens on the property for unpaid city services, plus 5 newly created invoices for recent mowing and boarding charges. So we're asking for a 120-day repair demolition order for this house and accessory structure.
We do have someone here to speak on it.
Okay.
Her name is Shirley Parrott.
All right. Thank you for being here today. Please state your name and your address for the record.
Say that again?
I just said thanks for coming to speak to us today. If you could please announce your name and your address for the record.
My address is 511 Ben Allen Road, Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
The property at 2504 Washington Avenue was my grandparents'. I did live there for a while, and my sister Sherry lived there for a while also.
And your name was?
Shirley, I'm Shirley J. Parrott.
Okay, all right. Shirley and Sherry. All right, what would you like to present today in this property?
Well, right now, we still have things in the house. We do want to, I haven't had time. I do work, and she has come to stay with me for a while. But we would like to, clean the property out and have it, fixed up if we could. Get the property and all that, but it will take us a little while. I have a son that can help me to get some of this done, but it would take a little, if you could give us a little more time and over the, a little bit of time because of the fact that, I do live in Nashville and I can come up on the weekends and stuff and get some of this done as much as possible. If you could give us a little time to get it done. I didn't know how bad it was, and I didn't know that there were other people living in the garage, back there.
They had been thrown out several times. The police had been there several times, and they had been thrown out, because at one time, when I was living at the property, I was unaware that they were even back there. And the police came, and there was about 8 people that came out from there, and I was totally shocked. And the police officer asked me about it, and I said, no, they're not supposed, because we boarded it up, and there was not supposed to be anybody back there at all. And I mean, it was totally shocking that there was all these people came out of there, and I'm just sitting there in shock. And he said that he didn't know where they'd come from either.
Yeah.
I mean, I was totally unaware of the homeless problem around there, and I mean, but they never made noises or anything like that. But I mean, when they had 8 people come out of that garage, I like fainted.
Yeah, it's understandable. I'd be upset too. So I mean, you guys are really, you're not disputing the conditions here. I mean, that Mr. Elder testified to. I mean, that's accurate as far as the condition of the property.
What we're trying to see is what actually we need to do to get what actually needs to be done to the property to bring it back up,
Yeah,
and how long we would have to get that done.
understand. Yeah, I think if you guys have a few minutes after this meeting today, I'm sure Mr. Elder or his team would be more than happy to discuss this with you.
Yeah, of course, and we're not seeking immediate demolition or condemnation. I'm asking for 120 days, so that's 4 months, and actually, there's a little bit administrative time, so it's a little more than 4 months, so we're giving you some time. That's what I'm requesting today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll say 120 days is typically, though, that's the longest. Usually it's in increments of 30 that we do these orders for, 30,
Now,
60, 90.
My question is, if we've got the garage boarded up and everything, how can we keep them people out of there?
And that's like Mr. Jernigan said, it's an ongoing problem. Just call the police. KPD handles that.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they come out, they come and get them. I mean, them 8 people that they took out of there was totally shocking to me. And then within less than 2 or 3 days, they were back in there.
Right. If, there's always the option to tear that building down, like Mr. Jernigan's done, so.
And I couldn't understand, because I didn't think at that time there were any kind of electricity or anything at the garage. But it may have been because all the utilities and everything was up to date and everything. But I didn't see how they were living in there. I mean, it was totally unreal.
Yeah, it's a common problem.
Unfortunately.
That's,
All right, and you've not pulled a permit or hired a contractor or anything of that nature yet. You do intend to correct the structure?
oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have to try to get hold of somebody, if you would know of anybody that would be able to do such things. Because, see, neither one of us have any kind of males except for the son, and that would help us out and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure whatever resources we can provide, Mr. Elder and his team will be happy to provide that. You guys get together after this meeting and follow up. That'd be good, okay? All right? Yeah. Anything further on this property, or?
We also have 2 boarding charges to affirm.
Okay.
What did she say?
Did you guys want to speak on the boarding charges as well, or? Let's settle this one, and then we can jump ahead to the boarding if you'd like.
Okay.
But as far as the order that Mr. Elder's requested, I think that this item we've discussed at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I will go ahead and find that the structure at 2504 Washington Avenue, including the accessory structure, is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or public. I'll order the owner to repair or demolish the structure at 2504 Washington Avenue, including the accessory structure, within 120 days. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human
The
habitation
whole house.
and vacated and closed.
Needs to be
And the city may
within
cause
4
the immediate
months.
repair or demolition of the building, with the cost of such corrective action being a lien and collected as provided in city code. All right, our next item, I presume, is the unit of the May 2504 Washington Avenue boarding charge.
Right, we're just requesting approval of those boarding charges.
Is this so we've got distinct pictures from the May, we got 2 separate action items from the same property here, but this is the May one.
Right.
Yes. And it was
Okay.
just the 1 board on the 1 window.
Okay. Did we have anyone to speak on the May boarding charge item?
Did you have any questions about the boarding charge from May?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any questions about the boarding charge for May? This is when we boarded the accessory structure in May.
You're entitled to speak on every item. We have.
I didn't know that there was such a charge. How would we find out how much it is?
We'll be sending the bill after he affirms the charge.
Oh, okay.
This is an opportunity, a hearing to actually,
Would you be sending it to
the owner.
address in Nashville?
It's going to go to the owners. Is that there's multiple, are there not? On this one?
It goes to the owner on record with the property assessor's office.
I've got the Shirley, Sherry, Terry, and Sarah listed.
Right, and me and Shirley are living together in Nashville.
Yeah, we have a Ben Allen Road, 511 Ben Allen Road, Nashville, Tennessee. It'll go there.
Yes,
One will go
that's where
there.
We're living
Okay.
in Nashville.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
This invoice and the next one that we're about to discuss, both of the invoices will go to that address as well.
okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. There's nothing further. I will approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 2504 Washington Avenue, boarded in May 27th of 2025, due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Our next item, this is once again 2504 Washington Avenue, but this is July the 8th.
Right.
Yes.
Similar conditions.
Okay.
We boarded the front here.
I know it's our 3rd item on the same property, but it is a separate item. Do you have any additional comments based on the July boarding action?
Yes, so this is about the house instead of the garage, yes, okay.
Yeah. All right, boarding took place on July 8th. I will approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 2504 Washington Avenue. This is the July 8th. Boarding action due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. I believe that closes us out on 2504 Washington Avenue. And again, if you guys don't mind to hang around a little bit till the end of this hearing, and then the staff will be more than happy to provide whatever details we can to help with your situation, okay? Great, thank you, guys. All right, Ms. LaFew, where are we off to next?
We are at 209 South Castle Street.
209 South Castle Street. Mr. Elder?
Originally inspected in 2021 of September, house was found to be vacant and without utilities. There's signs of vagrancy all around the property. House is showing signs of dilapidation on all sides. There's broken windows, doors, missing fascia, siding. It's got graffiti on it. It's been boarded by the city on multiple occasions. Taxes haven't been paid since 2014, like 22,000 approximately. There's currently 11 liens on the property for unpaid city services, plus 2 new invoices for the recent cleanup and boarding. We're requesting a 90-day repair demolition order for this one.
Okay. Ms. LaFew, is there anybody signed up to speak on this item?
No.
Okay, I find the structure at 209 South Castle Street is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or public, and I order the owner to repair or demolish the structure at 209 South Castle Street within 90 days. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human habitation and vacated and closed, and the city may cause the immediate repair or demolition of the building, with the cost of such corrective action being a lien and collected as provided in city code. All right, Ms. LaFew, what's next? We're going to be in the boardings.
Yes. It's a boarding approval for 209 South Castle Street.
Same property.
Yes.
Yeah, it's boarded on April 23rd of this year, and we just request approval for the charges, service charges.
All right. I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 209 South Castle Street due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Next item.
1136 Massachusetts Avenue.
It's boarded on February 20th of this year, requesting approval of those boarding charges.
Oh, in the snow, huh? Don't see those too often. I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 1136 Massachusetts Avenue due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Next item.
3307 Pilkey Road.
This was also boarded in February, but no snow, oddly, a week earlier. And we just request approval for these boarding charges.
All right. Okay, I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 3307 Pilkey Road due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. I believe that takes us to the end of the agenda. Being no other business brought before the public officer on this day, the hearing is adjourned at 9:56 a.m. Thanks, everyone.